There is a single monthly number that turns $0 invested at 40 into a seven-figure balance by 67. Most people carrying quiet shame about their savings have never once sat down and run it. So before you decide you are behind, understand this. The number that fixes your situation is smaller than the guilt has led you to believe, and by the end of this video, you will know exactly what yours is. This is for you if you are somewhere in your 40s, you earn a decent income, and the retirement account is either empty or close to it. You have probably read 100 posts telling you what you should have saved by now. This is not one of those. Today you will get three things: the real data on where 40-somethings actually stand, the math on what starting from zero right now produces by retirement, and the specific tools the tax code hands you for exactly this situation. One honest note up front: every projection here uses a 7% annual return. That is a conservative, inflation-adjusted figure, below the roughly 10% the US stock market has averaged over the last century, which means the numbers you are about to see are in today's dollars, not inflated ones. Returns are never guaranteed, and this is education, not personal advice. Let's get into it. Chapter 1. Why having $0 invested at 40 is more common than you think. Start with the number nobody says out loud. According to Federal Reserve data, close to 40% of Americans between 40 and 49 have $0 in retirement savings. Not behind, not a little light. Zero. So if that is you, you are not standing outside the norm looking in. You are standing inside a group of tens of millions of people your exact age. Now look at the people who do have an account. For households in their late 30s and early 40s, the median retirement balance is $45,000, and that figure is for people who have already started. That median is the lowest it has been since 2010. So the picture is not everyone else has it handled and you missed it. The picture is that most people your age are quietly in the same room you are. Here is the number that reframes everything. The average investment portfolio for people in their 40s, not counting their home, is about $277,000. But the median is $37,700. That is a 7 times gap. When a headline tells you the average 40-something has $250,000 invested, it is describing a small group at the very top pulling the average up, not the person in the middle, and not you. Understand why the middle is where it is, because this is real and it is measurable. Your 40s are peak cost years, not just peak earning years. Housing costs more of your paycheck than it did for the generation before you. Childcare runs like a second mortgage. Student debt followed a lot of people straight into their 40s. None of that is an excuse you are inventing. It is a structural headwind, and pretending it does not exist is how bad advice makes you feel like the failure. But here is the turn, and it is the whole point of this channel. None of that data is a character verdict. It is a starting line. The obstacles are real. They are also not the variable that decides your outcome. Let me show you the one that does. Chapter 2. How much you need to invest at 40 to retire comfortably. You have one asset right now that you will never have this much of again: time. At 40, you have 25 to 27 years before a normal retirement age. That is enough runway for compounding to do most of the heavy lifting for you. Watch what that looks like starting from zero. Investing $500 a month at 7% gets you to about $405,000 by 65 and about $479,000 by 67. Push it to $1,000 a month and you are looking at roughly $810,000 by 65 and about $957,000 by 67. At $1,500 a month, you cross $1.2 million by 65. And if you can eventually max a 401k, about $2,041 a month at the current limit, you land near $1.65 million by 65 and just under $2 million by 67. From zero. Starting today. Look closely at that first scenario. $500 a month for 25 years means you personally put in $150,000. You end with about $405,000. The market did the other $255,000. You are not being asked to build this balance by hand. You are being asked to show up with the deposit and let compounding do the larger share of the work. Here is a rule to keep in your pocket. Divide 72 by your return, and you get the years it takes your money to double. At the market's long-run average of around 10%, money doubles roughly every 7 years. Starting at 40 gives you enough 7-year cycles for that doubling to actually matter. That is the mechanism. It is not a personality trait. It is arithmetic, and arithmetic does not care how you feel about your past. Chapter 3. The real cost of waiting until 45 to start investing. Now let me show you the variable that actually moves your outcome, because it is not the one you have been beating yourself up over. Take the same $1,000 a month. Start at 40, and you reach about $810,000 by 65. Start at 45 instead, and you reach about $521,000. That 5-year wait costs you around $289,000. Sit with the shape of that. By starting at 40 instead of 45, you put in only $60,000 more out of your own pocket, but you end up with $289,000 more. The extra time is worth almost 5 times what you contributed during it. That is the whole game in one comparison. The thing you cannot change, that you did not start at 25, matters far less than the thing you can change, which is whether you start this month or next year. This is why the advice that stings the most is also the most useless. You missed the boat is not a fact. It is a story, and it is the one piece of advice guaranteed to produce the bad ending, because the only way to actually lose this is to stay out. Disengaging is not a neutral choice. It is losing by default. The people most comfortable telling you it is too late are rarely the ones who have run these numbers. So the enemy here is not you, and it is not your past. It is the blame-heavy oversimplification that turns a solvable math gap into a reason to quit. Refuse the quit, and the math is already on your side. Chapter 4. The catch-up contributions that let you invest more after 50. Here is the part almost nobody tells the person starting at 40. The tax code has a set of tools built specifically for you, for someone who needs to move fast in the back half of their career. They are called catch-up contributions. In 2026, the standard 401k limit is $24,500. Once you turn 50, you can add another $8,000, bringing you to $32,500 a year. And between the ages of 60 and 63, there is a super catch-up that lets you add $11,250 instead, a total of $35,750 in a single year. On the IRA side, the 2026 limit is $7,500, with an extra $1,100 once you hit 50 for $8,600. So the years right after 50, which is exactly when a late starter has the income to do it, are the years the system lets you contribute the most. That is not an accident. It is a legal, oversized on-ramp placed at the precise point in your life when you can use it. Where does the money go once it is in there? Keep it plain. Capture any 401k match first, because that is an immediate return you will not find anywhere else. Then a Roth IRA at Fidelity, Vanguard, or Schwab. Then back to the 401k. Inside those accounts, low-cost index funds do the job. A total market or S&P 500 fund like VTSAX, VOO, or FXAIX. Your emergency cash stays out of the market entirely, sitting in a high-yield savings account where it is safe and liquid. The synthesis is this. The structure left you a specific, generous door for the exact stretch of life you are in. Nobody is going to walk you through it. Whether you go through it is the part that was always yours. 4 things to walk away with. 1. Having zero invested at 40 puts you inside a group of roughly 40% of your peers. It is common, and it is not a character flaw. 2. Starting from zero at 40 and investing steadily still produces a real number, often a 7-figure one, because you have 25+ years of compounding left. 3. The cost of waiting is brutal and specific. 5 years of delay can cost you nearly $290,000, which means the start date is the variable that matters most. 4. The tax code hands late starters oversized catch-up limits in their 50s and early 60s, built for this exact situation. Your one action today: run your number. Take a realistic monthly amount, put it into any free compound growth calculator with a 7% return and the years until you turn 65, and look at what it produces. Not tomorrow, today. Even a rough estimate breaks the spell. Tell me honestly in the comments, when you run your number, where do you land? Ahead, on track, or behind? No judgment here. That is the entire point of this channel. If this reframed the way you have been carrying that zero, subscribe, because we do this every week. The complex made simple, and the simple made something you can act on. And to actually map your own position, grab the free 1-page financial plan linked below. It walks you through your number in about 10 minutes.